Hey. Hey. It's AunTeaFee about them facts. How you doing? Ooh. Tea time. Tea time. Yes, we jamming and we sipping. We jamming and we sipping. Ain't that a pretty code? Yes, indeed. So, listen. We're going to go right on into what's going on in them streets before I accidentally hit that button again by mistake. So, can y'all please hit the like button? There you go. My note. Auntie about the facts. Auntie about the tea and the facts. Auntie about the facts. Auntie about the facts. So listen, y'all, let's go on in. We're going to talk about the Jicky Wicky. Supposed to plead guilty. I seen old boy Diddy partners had some stuff to say about them. I don't want to say it yet, just in case I hit the button and somebody else run to it. We're going to talk to that. We're going to talk about, you know, AOB. Paper route. Was it a hit because he was affiliated with Paper Route? Was it other heat in them streets? We don't know. But it just ain't good. You know what I mean? Also, there's some more. The guy who shot the carjacking, shot the people, the lady and the man in the leg. The boy is 19 years old. 3 people jumped on a kid from a school. Something in the water, y'all. AunTeaFee, you mean water? Water. Something either in the water or something was in that special cocktail shot that they gave everybody for that old 19. That COVID-19. Something was either in that shot, baby, that got folk losing their mind, or something is in the water. It just don't make sense. But we gonna go and tap on Intel, because it's late, and you know AunTeaFee got to get her sleep, boo. Oh, yes, indeed. Maybe I'll get some wine tonight. Let's go on in, y'all. Yeah, it's a little nippy outside. I'm going to have to get one of them ASMR. Help us go to sleep at night. I'm going to try to put it together. It's going to be this setting right here. We're going to go to sleep by the fire. Yes, indeed. We're going to see if this lasts on our baby. When I tell you that purple did it for me last night. Huh? I can't remember what happened. I don't even know what I fell asleep on. Ah! What? Well, I don't know if that sounds right. But, baby, it put me to sleep. Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul he keep. Yes, indeed, haunted. Yes. I got to find peace in all this mayhem, right? Shout out to Chantel. She was like, ooh, I'm glad. Ooh, I'm glad you brought in. Baby, I got another one. This is going to be the setting right here. I'm working on it right now. Okay. Okay. Let's go. So the car wash shooting, the two guys, the two co-workers, it was over a EBT card. You lying to me. You lying to me. Baby, I done heard it all. I done heard it all. Let's go back.
An argument over money and an EBT card ended in the shooting death of one man. The accused, Cordero Hogg, this morning he faced the judge for the first time. WREG's Jarita Patterson tells us what happened and what's next for the 27-year-old. WREG's Jarita Patterson tells us what happened and what's next for the 27-year-old.
Mr. Hogg.
Outside the Criminal Justice Center Monday morning, things were slow going, except for this lone flower bobbing at times from the wind. Inside the CJC, something similar as Cordero Hogg, a man accused of murder, began bobbing up
so they got him lined up.
In an effort, it appears, to evade our camera. Sitting in for Judge Christian Johnson was lead Judicial Commissioner John Marshall, who made sure the 27-year-old was aware of the charges against him.
You are charged with first-degree murder, convicted felon, possession of a firearm, possession of a firearm, and the commission of a dangerous felony.
Hogg, according to police, was taken into custody following an attack at this Raleigh detail shop where he and the victim worked.
It was two members of my team.
Donald Paris, the owner of Genesis Detail, recalls the moment that left him also trying to get out of harm's way.
We heard it, you heard the echo was inside the bay.
Suddenly,
EBT card, y'all.
An off-duty officer coming to the rescue, taking into custody the man believed to have pulled the trigger, later identified as Cordero Hogg.
The guy didn't make it outside the bay. Can you imagine what could have happened? Because you don't know the mindset of some of these folks.
What's mind-boggling for some is the alleged motive. The victim managing to tell police he was attacked over $75 and a food stamp card. Back here in court,
baby, was you hungry?
Having a public defender assigned, could soon find out if the charges might cost him life in prison if convicted. As far as what he could pay to be released, no bond was set, at least not until a bail review hearing, which is set for Tuesday. Our story will continue following.
Looking for the person or persons responsible for a deadly double shooting overnight. Meanwhile, those living in the North Memphis community where it happened, well, they are looking for answers. Thank you for joining us. I'm April Thompson.
I'm Alex Coleman. Detectives were busy responding to more than one crime scene. WREG's Jarita Patterson with more.
They fighting and killing.
For killer.
Memphis police were called to two crime scenes separated by roughly 2 blocks.
Oh, we've covered this.
Where there were 2 victims. A female victim is expected to be okay. Sadly, it was fatal for one man.
Yeah,
it's a sad day.
Yeah.
Tuesday, officers were called to North Hollywood and Perez Avenue for a fight between 2 groups.
2 groups.
Less than an hour later,
Gangs.
Detectives responded a few blocks over on North Merton Street for a shooting. Detectives began laying out evidence markers typically indicative of recovered shell casings. This investigation stretched on for hours. Meanwhile, the patience from some appears to have been stretched thin as they had to be directed by an officer off camera with the backing of Sergeant Lewis Brownlee to avoid this area. The next morning, the area was clear, but what's unclear for neighbors like Ardress Clark is what can be done to turn things around.
It's just like talking on deaf ears, Miss Patterson. I mean, it's like it don't hit them until it start knocking at their door.
Clark says what happened left him with a whirlwind of emotions.
It's just sad to know that your child is not coming back home over some senseless killing was going on.
Police say they know what happened. According to detectives, this was a fight that quickly spiraled out of control. Speaking of quickness, it didn't take first responders long to get to those impacted, considering there is a fire department just a few yards away. But who disrupted the peace here is still being pieced together.
It's just sad.
In North Memphis,
3 women fighting.
Are in jail this morning after police. 3 women are in jail this morning after police say they're accused of fighting a student at a local high school, which will go on live with details.
3 adults fighting a kid
this month, but more details are emerging. Absolutely. We know the incident happened March 6th in New Chicago, and we're told those 3 women will face the judge this morning for their role in that fight. Just take a look. Ashley Walton, Bria, and Brandy Loggins are all charged with child abuse and neglect after police say a teenager says she was attacked by 3 women in a fight after school. According to court records, the students say another student related to the 3 women pointed her out to, quote, fight. The student then tells police she was pulled out.
Ain't that how that woman got killed the other couple weeks ago?
The 2 began to fight. Now, during the encounter, the 3 women each allegedly tagged team in fighting the child.
Did she say tag team?
Injuries, and that is according. And tells police she was pulled out of a vehicle, and the 2 began to fight. Now, during the encounter, the 3 women each allegedly tagged team in fighting the child, causing her injuries, and that is according to an affidavit. We learned that student was 16 years old.
Wow.
Live, Jewel Born, WRG.
Her mother and family ain't even cousins need to beat their ass. Come on, here we go on this one.
In tonight's crime alert, there is shock and outrage in Clarksdale, Mississippi, following the death of a well-known and highly respected store owner. The owner of D&T Market was gunned down Friday, and police say they expect that whoever pulled that trigger will be charged with capital murder. WRG's Mike Sirianni has more of the victim, a man known to most as Paul.
Paul has been there for 30, 35, 40 years, a long time. It's a Clarksdale staple, I guess.
Wade Barberi speaks fondly of the man who owned D&T Supermarket on North State Street in Clarksdale, known to Barberi for years simply as Paul.
He was, man, just a great person, almost role model-like. Stuck to himself, just would help anyone at any time.
Paul was
so they facing capital murder on this
afternoon when an attempted robbery turned deadly and he was killed. According to police, shot before he was able to get money out of the register. The shooter is now being sought for capital murder.
Oh,
just hard.
Another you know, Kirby. Was his last name Kirby? Oh, I don't remember. You remember last year before last, at the chop shop, it was a Pops and son got busted. So here we go, another Pops dad turning his son out to get busted with this chop shop shit. Let's go.
Multiple charges after Memphis police say they stole several cars and changed their appearance to sell at a chop shop. Detectives also found 3 malnourished pit bulls chained to cars with no food or shelter. WRAG's Shay Simon is live downtown.
He's gonna make them dogs eat y'all asses up.
Yeah, April, Alex, this was a pretty major bust. Cars and car parts just scattered all across this lot. And these cars were stolen from all over, from Tennessee to Mississippi. No sign, no visible building, but police say this is the home of C&M Tow Yard on 3rd Street. Police say father-son duo Marvin Hilliard and Marvin Hilliard Jr. used this location as a chop shop. From November 2020 to November 2023, investigators say the two allegedly stole 8 vehicles totaling more than $370,000. It's part of a bigger problem. WREG investigators uncovered that last year there were 35 to 45 cars stolen a day in Memphis.
Oh, that was that incident.
Okay. In 2 years.
The debilitating effect that a stolen vehicle has to a family or a person that's working every day is very serious.
MPD Interim Police Chief C.J. Davis says MPD created the Auto Theft Task Force to track where vehicles are recovered. That task force busted this father and son, allegedly with cars stolen from Memphis to Nashville to Greenville, Mississippi, and Tunica, Mississippi. Though the gates are locked now, investigators say the owner of a 2014 Chrysler 300 dropped his car off to have some work done. His seats had been replaced with seats from a stolen Dodge Charger. Now, these two are facing a long list of charges. Hey, April, Alex, these two are at 201 now. They are now have a bond of $250,000. In Memphis, Shay Simon, WREG News, Channel 3.
This young lady right here lost her job as a former correction deputy. Why? For having sex with an inmate. You lying. AunTeaFee. AunTeaFee. Is this one of them straight drop girls? He said he copped a CO. Let's go.
Former Shelby County Corrections deputy was terminated earlier this year after investigators began looking into allegations she had sexual contact with a prisoner. The accused, Akira Jones, was back in court this morning. The judge telling the 20-year-old she must hire an attorney by her next court date. Here's WREG's Dorita Patterson with more from today's
She can't get no court-appointed attorney?
Outside the Criminal Justice Center, the drizzling rain hitting the ground created
It's gonna rain on your head.
Meanwhile, there was a wave of concern following an alleged felonious act that resulted in a woman being terminated earlier this year from her job as a corrections deputy. In a statement from the Shelby County Sheriff's Department, December 20th of 2023, the department was made aware
Lord.
In a statement from the Shelby County Sheriff's Department, December 20th of 2023, the department was made aware of allegations a corrections deputy was having sex with an inmate. A criminal investigation was launched, leading detectives, they say, to corrections deputy Akira Jones, seen here in her employee photo. Unfortunately, after being indicted and charged, she now has a mugshot that brings us to where we are today.
State of Tennessee versus Akira Jones set for Bonnie Raymond first setting out of custody.
The 20-year-old who's out on bond was back in court Tuesday facing Judge Jennifer Fitzgerald.
Good morning, Miss Jones.
I wonder if she one of them girls that got caught with straight drop.
For sexual contact with prisoners, Class E felony.
Jones is also facing the possibility she could end up in a detention center, much like the one where she once worked, if she's found guilty. The judge wanting to know if Jones has retained a lawyer.
Do you have an attorney?
The simple answer from Jones, she's still working on hiring one. The court giving a little more than a month to obtain defending counsel. Judge Fitzgerald
she's 20 years old.
Jones, if convicted of the Class C felony, she could spend the next 1 to 6 years in lockup, and she would be required to pay a $3,000 fine. The 20-year-old has been ordered back to court May 6th, along with her attorney will be there as well.
Wow. This is the guy who shot the people in the leg. Did I cover this?
Charged with aggravated assault in connection to a shooting in South Memphis. We're just learning 19-year-old Tony Whitaker is accused of stealing a man's vehicle while the victim was inside a convenience store. Folks, this happened on South Parkway East near Carnegie
Lord
Street.
have mercy.
A police report says shortly after midnight, he parked his 2016 black Dodge Journey at a gas pump, left the car running, and then walked into the store. When he came back out, he reportedly confronted the man driving away in his vehicle. Well, the victim tells police Whitaker allegedly pulled in front of him, shooting him in the leg while also shooting a woman who was standing outside the store before the alleged triggerman sped away. Many people in the community who witnessed the investigation unfold are understandably concerned.
I live over here, so I'm about to move.
By a convicted felon. Rod Wave arrested in Florida for possession of firearm by convicted felon.
Darius
Rod
Marcel
Wave has
Green
reportedly been arrested in Florida, according to
23.
reports reaching us at Dreads World. The rapper, whose real name is Darius Marcel Green, was arrested for possession of firearm by convicted felon last month.
Hit the like button, please.
Was arrested in his hometown of St. Petersburg, Florida, on Sunday night, May 1st, on a felony charge of battery by strangulation.
What?
According to a charge report in Pinellas County Sheriff's Office site, Rod Wave was booked in the jail.
Please hit the like button.
On the charge for his arrest by the St. Petersburg Police Department. At press time, a spokesperson for Rod Wave had no comment on his arrest, and a spokesperson for the Pinellas County Sheriff's Department had no additional comment, but confirmed that the rapper was booked on a warrant for domestic battery by strangulation that originated in Osceola County, Florida, in the alleged incident. Rod, at the time, posted an Instagram story that appeared to show the arrest with images of flashing police lights and Green shaking his head. The rapper's 2021 Dodge Durango was pulled over after a traffic infraction, which led to his arrest by the St. Petersburg police at 10:34 p.m. on an out-of-county warrant reportedly issued in Osceola County. Darius Green, date of birth 1998, August 27, male, brown, 350 pounds and 5'6". Come on, bruh. Y'all gotta be joking.
If you love your car, why aren't you protecting it? It doesn't matter how often you clean it. If you leave it out in the driveway without a car cover, then your finish takes damage every single day, and it quickly starts to show. Our car covers take one person less than 2 minutes to put on, and not only keep the car you love looking pristine, but it also stops you losing thousands in value from a damaged finish if you do need to sell it. We have over 117,000 5-star reviews because every product we ship is high quality, durable, and it's guaranteed to fit your model. So it's easy to put on and stays in place come rain or shine. And if you've got a question or a problem, or you just want a simple return, our friendly customer service team will take great care of you. Before you click, let's just make sure this is the right product for you. Do you park your car outdoors most of the time? If you have a garage space, we have indoor covers too, to protect from scrapes and bumps that are much more common than people realize. Do you live in an area of high wind? If you do, make sure to add the gust strap to your order. Are you concerned about the time it will take to put on? Some other car covers are really difficult to install, and usually this is because they have mirror pockets. We don't use mirror pockets, as not only do they slow you down a lot, they are a point of weakness, so they rip and get holes there. We've engineered a cover that stays perfectly in place and fits your model without the need for unnecessary mirror pockets. So what?
Sonata County warrant reportedly issued in Osceola County Park. Darius Green, date of birth 1998.
Hold on, y'all hit the like button.
August 27th, male, brown, 350 pounds and 5'6". Come on, bruh. Y'all gotta be joking.
According to Florida Senate, fresh pursuit means the pursuit of a person who has committed or is reasonably suspected of having committed a felony, misdemeanor, traffic infraction, or
the circumstances really surrounding about how and all this stuff and everything like that, as far as the guns and stuff go, I don't know. It just says felony possession of a firearm, so that's only one. So there's that part. The second part is really this. At a certain point in time, right, when you have fans, you have fame, and you have financial freedom, the F's that you really want, sometimes that's going to bring about failure. One of the things that society, especially in America, loves is you going all the way up and then you coming all the way down. Because there's this fascination with chaos and destruction that we just have. And if anybody says, no, that's not true, we don't. If you seen a car crash right now and you were driving down the road, you would do like this and look. With that being said, Rod Wave gonna have to, I don't know what he can do, bro. I don't. Because in a certain instance, I don't know what paranoia he has. Right? You wrestle with these two things, and I think most people can agree. And then some people who will disagree will point out, well, the provisions in which money is supposed to provide, security and all that stuff, bro. Do you know how much it costs for 24/7 security? Now, you could also say, bro, just move into a space and in a place where you don't require that much security because they had to press so many buttons to get in. And you would be actual factual in that. But let's get into it.
So,
a security guard, 24/7. Do you really want somebody in your personal and private life?
Rod Wade in trouble.
That's number one. Number two. We're in a society, especially how we've been brought up in the hood and in the ghettos of America, is you'd rather be caught with it than without it. So in that instance, I can't really get mad at Buddy for that because I only trust my gun when it's with me. I don't trust somebody else's gun when it's with them for my protection. So paranoia will take you places in life further than
okay, well, you gotta pay for that when you get caught.
But now we're tasked with understanding responsibility. If you are a millionaire, you don't hang out in the hoods. that's where the most crime is committed. Because that's
Absolutely.
where poverty is. But also at the same time,
but you can't get them out that hood.
What is safety to you? That's the question you have to ask yourself.
You make enough money to get out of the hood, but you don't stay out of the hood.
California, bruh. When I moved out of California and I moved to these southern states and stuff like that, the mindset,
right?
You
gotta renew the mind.
The theories, the thoughts, just on firearms alone, was a complete 180. The whole turnaround, it was like, what the fuck? Really? Bro, that's illegal there. Bro, you know what I'm saying? To the point where, I'm just gonna be fair. I don't know if cuz mindset is like that. Like, we always talk about getting out of your city, right? But there's a thing to be said about getting out of your state too. Me personally, if I'm ride wave, I'm gonna stay somewhere in Texas.
There's a lot going on.
Why? Because in Texas you have what's called defensive property. Now, ride wave is going to be in a lot of trouble because one, you had that out of county warrant in Osceola for the strangulation that you had before, so you still fighting that.
Right, I remember him putting hands on somebody.
Recant that, or it actually didn't happen. I have no idea. I didn't look into it. But now you got this. It's a high possibility that they say, you know what? You can't get a bond. Now, once again, we don't know if he got arrested with a bunch of homies. Possible. If he got arrested with a homie. Possible. If he got arrested with a homie, cuz gonna have to take that rap.
Okay, y'all, I'll be back.
He's gonna go to jail for it or whatever because he probably.
Please hit the like button.